We are known for rising above both on and off the field, and we are grateful for our Hawk Productions team for another great year of live streaming. Go Hawks!
Welcome, Highland community, to Hawk Productions live stream event of tonight's varsity football game. We'd like to thank all of the students that are participating in tonight's production and on the field. They put in a lot of time and effort to make sure that you have a great experience tonight, so enjoy the game.
Hey, I'm Brock Farrell. I'm head football coach here at Highland High School. I just want to say thanks for supporting us here over at Highland Football. We're coming off 2 6A state titles and an open playoff berth and win last year. We're hoping to build off of it, and so I hope to see you guys out there. Go Hawks!
Hi there, I'm Dr. Harmon, Assistant Principal at Highland High School. I want to thank Hawk Production Livestream for all of their hard work, and thank you so much for tuning in. Go Hawks!
I'm Kevin Bennett, Director of Bands here at Highland High School. I'd like to thank all of the people who come out and support the marching band, whether you're in the trenches helping us with sets, designing the show, or in the audience clapping for us at the end of the performance. We're super, super glad that you support us and the marching band here at Highland High School.
Welcome, Hawk fam. I'm Mr. Spetz. I am the Senior Administrator over graduation, and I want to welcome you to a great year. And this is Hawk Productions going live. Go Hawks!
Hi, I'm Jen Bach, Band Director here at Highland High School. We're really excited to perform the marching band show for you this evening. The band has been working really hard this season. We'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and our supporters for doing everything they can to help our band be successful. We are always looking for new sponsorships to help pay for our season.
It's time to meet your 2024 It could be time, but then again I can't remember half an hour since I go to the phone. Throw your clothes a second side up for us, and you leave me with my jaw on the floor.
Introducing your 2024-2025 Highland Band Seniors.
Will Horsley, drum major. Derek Sokol, battery section leader.
Rihanna Ferguson, baritone section leader.
Brayden Decker, drum major.
Lisa Gutierrez, trumpet section leader.
Preston Etheridge, mellophone.
David Strader, front ensemble section leader.
William Holden, alto saxophone section leader.
Grayson Turley, baritone.
Luke Baker, tenor saxophone, low reed section leader.
Laura Eckelberger, tenor saxophone.
Mia Baca, clarinet section leader.
David Hill, trumpet section leader.
Amber Pineda, baritone section.
Tristan Matog, alto saxophone section leader.
Christopher Evans, trumpet.
Adam Littell, mellophone section leader.
Jared Waring, sousaphone section leader.
MJ Rios, mellophone section leader.
Annalise Evans, piccolo section leader. Natalia Bruin, color section leader.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's run this town tonight. Yes, and we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Town.
It's time to meet your 2024-2025 Highland football seniors.
Spencer Heath, 21, safety, receive corner.
Cash Allen, number 7, running back.
Right Yetter, 0, defensive end. Hayden Doherty, number 1, tight end.
Connor Gardner, 6'2", offensive line.
Cade Colmore, number 2, DB.
Cooper Kimack, number 3, outside linebacker and D-line.
Bridger Rauner, number 13, cornerback.
Gavin Priest, number 14, tight end and receiver.
Dominic Loria, 24, tight end.
Grayson Sparks, number 20, middle linebacker. Carter Coffin, 26, middle linebacker. Logan LeBaron, number 46, special teams. Corey Lent, number 10, outside linebacker. Nick Sosowski, 16, quarterback.
Keelan Cross, number 9, wide receiver.
Jacob Jansen, number 85, wide receiver.
Alex Ringhofer, 98, D-line.
Adam Greer, number 72, O-line.
Logan Bonner, 99, defensive end.
Con Millar, 74, O-line, right tackle.
Jane Douglas, 95, nose guard.
Tyler Johnson, 31, kicker.
Kalen Fisher, number 6, quarterback.
Tonight, the Highland Hawks face off against the Chandler Wolves. Rise up and show your support for your Highland Hawks.
Hi, I'm Chris Clonis. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's live stream of your Highland football games. Your Hawk production students here at Highland High School have been working very hard throughout the summer and the beginning of the school year to ensure a high-quality production. Please enjoy our live stream.
I'm Roland Bigler. I'm a camera operator that focuses on wide 22 shots.
I'm Max Bedell. I'm the director of photography, and I control the replays and direct the cameras.
I'm Ari Schoen, I'm the producer, and I'm in charge of organization of the production.
I'm Nico Miranda. I'm at the weekly hype videos. I'm Caleb Yeager. I'm the technical director, and I operate the video switcher up in the press box.
I'm Andrew Segala, and I'm the audio producer for your live stream.
I'm Ian Allen. You'll find me on the field working one of the wireless cameras.
I'm Noel Gershon. I'm the color commentator.
I'm Blake Quattrini, and I run your digital scoreboard on the live stream.
I'm Addison Holbrook. I'm left field camera operator.
I'm Sadie McCluskey, and I operate the right field camera.
I'm Jacob Fredericks, and you can hear me as a play-by-play commentator on the live stream.
I'm King Gilbert. You can find me on the field with one of the wireless cameras.
Welcome back to another Hawk Productions live stream of Highland football. Back here at Highland Stadium as your Highland Hawks get ready for Arizona's game of the week and a rematch of last year's Open quarterfinal against the Chandler Wolves. I'm Jacob Fredericks and my partner here tonight,
Noe Gershon, back at it again.
So the Hawks are coming off two massive wins, 50-21 at Frontier and a 35-3 win at Campo Verde last week. What are you looking for in tonight's game, Noah?
Well, I'm really looking into that over-air passing offense. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of some young guys like Max Brown. That connection's building with Bub as we move on in the year. And with Cash Allen, unfortunately not playing tonight, we really need to open up the air game. Our star running back is not going to be playing tonight.
Yeah, and on the defensive side, Grady Crandall is also dealing with a knock tonight, along with a couple other players. So that defense is really going to have to step up against Chandler's very, very good run offense. But these are two teams with a lot of history together, especially in recent years. Since Coach Farrell took over, the farthest margin of game has been 4 points, excluding the COVID year. These two teams do not like each other, and they always play close games.
It's always fireworks, and that's why this week's game is the AIA's Week of the Game. It is being broadcast on Arizona Family as well as ours. Obviously, we're the better broadcast, but it is going to be fireworks. It is going to be explosions. It is going to be an incredible matchup for you viewers at home.
Yeah, and for Chandler going into this game, this is a game they kind of have to win. They struggled early in the season against Cesar Chavez, have really picked it up the last 3 weeks against Corona del Sol. But they have a lot of good opponents coming up. They have Liberty coming up, Basha, Hamilton, Perry. It's a lot of teams that are all undefeated right now going into the season that they have to get a win here. Otherwise, they could find themselves as a bottom seed in the 6A playoffs, not even the Open.
Of course, and for Highland, this is a massive game too. This is likely the biggest and most difficult game they've played so far. And although it's not going to be as difficult from now on as Chandler has it, it is still a massive test of Arizona's Highland strength and seeing whether they deserve a very high ranking like Max Prep's #3 in the state.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Farrell about their schedule, and what he told me was he feels as if their schedule prepared them better for this game than any other team in the state.
It's going to be fireworks tonight. We hope you stick with us all night. Enjoy.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. Yeah, I said that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
I'm here with Highland Athletic Director Brandon Larson to discuss the Fallen Angel Project and Cooper Fallen Angel Night, which comes on tonight's football game. So, Mr. Larson, can you describe what the Fallen Angel Project is?
Absolutely. So 5 years ago, my oldest son passed away in a car accident, tragically. It was really hard for our family, but one of the things that we wanted to do in order to kind of honor his memory was to bring about some kind of joy, because he just did a really good job of making people feel good about themselves. He was that kid in the hallways that would say hi to people and talk to people, and when he passed away, we realized that he impacted a lot of kids in that way. So we wanted to just kind of like honor his memory and continue that going. So we had an idea the first year after he passed away, is we called his Angel Date and the anniversary of his passing, to just do something fun, like a little fundraiser. And we were just going to collect soccer balls. So he was a big soccer player. And when we did that, my youngest daughter was like, well, you know, girls need something too. And I'm like, well, girls can play soccer. And she's like, no, we need more than just balls. So I said, okay, what if we do baby dolls as well? And she's like, perfect. So we called it the Balls and Dolls, and we just did it out of our house for the first year. And we had like half a garage full of donations when we were done. So the next year, I'm pretty close with the Cooper family and played football with him. So I called him and said, hey, would you, we both had kids that we lost. would you be willing to kind of combine our efforts on the Cooper game so we can try and make this a little bit bigger? So they're absolutely for it. We went ahead and did it. It was a great event. We continue to increase our donations. So basically what we do is we collect balls and dolls and monetary donations, and we use that to kind of fund our Fallen Angel project, which is just for memory of our son. So every Christmas with the donations, we go out to the San Carlos Reservation. We team up with a group out there that kind of knows the area and knows people in need. So we go around and we get to be like kind of the big Santa Claus and allow kids to pick out, a ball or a doll, whatever they want. And so we've done that for the last 4 years, and it's just been an incredible experience, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you speak about the Cooper family. Marquise Cooper was a Highland football player who tragically passed away in 2009 in a boating accident. What has working with the Cooper family meant to you guys for the Angel Project?
It's super amazing. Donna and Bruce are amazing people. Marquise was an amazing young man, and the thing that I love about it is my son and Marquise were very similar in terms of they were just that kid that was always smiling, always gracious, always making people feel better, and so. Like, to be able to combine with them has been amazing with that family. And like I said, they've been super gracious because the Cooper night was around before we started doing the Fallen Angel Drive. And I wanted to make sure that the event didn't take away from the Coopers because we're really there to honor Marquise.
Yeah.
So really what we say is the scholarship and the night's for him. And then we like to just do our fundraiser with it. And that's kind of how we work that combination.
Yeah. So your son Bodie has impacted so many people's lives in such a positive way. How has the loss of your son impacted your perspective on life, sports, or just life in general?
Oh, it changed it amazingly. We talk as a family, like obviously, the Lord needed him for something on the other side, and we'll ask that question when we get there. But for us, it just changed my perspective on life and athletics, of understanding that relationships are so important, how you make people feel, the experiences that they have are more important than wins and losses. And so I've done, a lot of just kind of self-reflection over the last several years to figure out, from Highland Athletics, how can we embody that? And our coaches and athletes have done such an amazing job. We have our Elite Hawks, Elite Purpose, and some of that has been derived from that experience. So, we just want to make sure that we're enthusiastic, we love, we have integrity, we're tough, and we do it every day. Because if you can have those 5 attributes in life, you're going to be pretty well off.
Thank you for all you're doing in the community. We really appreciate it. Reporting for Hawk Productions, I'm Jacob Fredericks.
An incredible interview of our very own Jacob, play-by-play caller, as the Highland Hawks are going to be running out very, very shortly here.
Yeah. As this crowd is getting ready for a big game, and here go the lights. As the flashlights come on, and as we get ready for the Highland Hawks to come out onto the field, this is a big game, right, Noah?
Massive, massive game. Let's watch the fireworks.
As here come your 4-0 2024 Highland Hawks football team.
This is going to be a great matchup today. Matchup of Titans, and obviously this Highland team is hype. They are ready for what is going to ultimately be a fist fight.
Yeah, I think going into this game for Highland, they want to get a hold of the game early. I think if one team goes up by 2 scores, it's going to be very hard for the other team to come back because these are 2 very, very good teams. And this Chandler team might feel they're underranked. They've been ranked 10th by Max Preps. They feel as if they're a top 5, top 6 team, they are going to want to prove Max Preps wrong tonight.
Well, sure, and they sure play like it with one of the greatest running offenses in the state of Arizona so far. They really have a lot to show, and that might be underrepresented by things like Max Preps. Really, in a battle of juggernauts like this, it is all about that mental game. Who can get in whose head first? Obviously, the home game for Highland might help them out a little bit, but it is still a battle of razor-thin edges.
Yeah, that Hawks defense is going to, speaking of that running game, that Hawks defense is going to have to shut down Tristan Halsana. 52 carries, 521 yards. He averages 11 yards a carry. To put that in perspective, that means he gets a first down on every single time he touches the ball based off that stat. And this guy is the best running back currently in 6A.
And that's correct. And that's on a team that averages 171 rushing yards a game. That is formidable, nothing to be messed with. Obviously, we, as the Highland Hawks, we're very, very thankful that Grady Crandall is going to be playing some time today. Maybe limited reps because of that injury he is nursing, but he is a massive, massive part of this defense. We're very happy to have him.
Yeah, and on that defense, Josh Tui is making his first start. The sophomore, number 70, is going to be making his first start as the nose tackle. If you haven't seen in the previous game, he gets double teamed on almost every play. That opens up holes for guys like Rhett Yetter, Logan Bonham, and Cooper Kamak to really get inside and get to the quarterback.
It's always exciting when you get a new Lego piece on that front line or that D-line. Obviously, you never are going to complain about a beefed-up offensive line like that.
Yeah, and on the Hawks, moving to the Hawks offense, they are missing star tight end Gavin Priest. He is dealing with an injury that he picked up during the week. So they're going to be a little bit shorthanded there. And, yeah, they're going to really need guys like Hayden Doherty to step up as pass catchers.
And, obviously, leading running back this year, Cash Allen is not going to be playing either. But we are going to take a moment of silence as we respect our country and play the national anthem. What an incredible rendition of Highland Hawks Orchestra.
Yeah, we love our Highland Hawk Orchestra, our band, our choir, all of this musical talent here at Highland. We love everyone at Highland here.
And they really do put in the work, and it shows. But, Jacob, we can agree, let's watch some football. We are all really excited for this game. Let's get these festivities, formalities out of the way. I want to see some football.
Yeah, as we get ready here for the ceremonial coin toss done by the Fiesta Bowl Association here. As our captains walk on the field, that's Kalen Fisher, Jalen Cross, Bo Tarwater, and Adam Greer, all four of our captains tonight out on the field. Let's see what happens with this coin toss here.
Of course. Let's see which way the coin toss goes.
If you were a coach, what would you choose for? Would you want the ball first, or you want to defer to the second half?
I always love the deferral because in the late game, you're able to get a second chance to punch them in the jaw, especially if you're up. That really is going to hurt that mentality. But in a game against a team like Chandler, I'd say punch first, get in their head early, try and get that lead, and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I agree. I always liked the defer option, especially because we've seen Highland struggle early in games and get into the game. If they can keep them close in the first half and then really close the door in the second half, that's what this Hawks team wants. And so that's why I think deferring will be a better option. But let's see what happens with the coin toss here.
It does look like it went Highland's way. And I would believe that they chose to defer. Unless I've just pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah,
no, I didn't. I got it right.
There we go. And so the Hawks will defer to the second half, meaning they will kick off here. And then they're putting the team on the field that they want. They want their defense on the field. That is what Highland has been known for years. They have an elite defense, and they need to continue that here today, as this crowd is going to go absolutely wild here. And let's have a great game tonight.
For sure, Jacob, I agree. That deferral, always a really big moment, as you really do want to see that punch back like we were talking about in the second half. But against a team like Chandler, your defense has to hold. This first drive is going to be one of the most important drives, as it's going to set the tone. Can you hold them to a 3-and-out, really punch them in the jaw, or are you going to let them walk all over you and get a touchdown? That is the kind of things that are in stake and are really going to set up the whole rest of the game.
As we see Kalen Fisher here ready to go for his 5th game now this season. He's been very good. 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Much improved from last season where he had 15 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions. He's had a great season so far, and we're hoping he continues that tonight.
He has had a really good season. Last season, he had a QB rating of 120 as he went 11 for 18 on 120 yards. Obviously had a bit of an injury scare, but he got up the next time around, and he is looking as good as ever.
Yeah, as the marching band plays, we are ready for the kickoff of this game. Arizona's game of the week, getting set to kick off. Caden Leonard is the kicker here. Hopefully just kick it deep, get a touchback, and get your defense on the field. As Arizona's game of the week is underway. As he sends the kickoff, as it's dropped.
Dropped it.
And it will still be a touchback. So that's the difference between high school. Sometimes you drop, and other levels. Sometimes you drop it outside the end zone. You actually have to recover it. In high school, if the ball hits the end zone, it's not a fumble. It is a touchback, and they will start at the 25-yard line.
That is very interesting to see on the opening kickoff. Maybe some slippery hands on the kickoff. Wondering if that means anything. Probably not. Probably looking too much into it. But it is interesting to see. Chandler's high-powered running offense is going to come out to the field on a 1st and 20. Let's see how this Hawks defense is able to hold up against a powerhouse of a school.
Yeah, and on this defense, I'm looking for our linebackers, Chance Cawthon, Grayson Sparks, to step up here against this elite Chandler running game. And so let's see how this goes. As Menschel takes the snap, play action, throws, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
He's just right there. He knows where the ball's going to end up. It wasn't the longest of passes, and Hawks defense is just right where it needs to be. Really good showing. Hold them to 1 on that 1st down. Really good.
Really great read there by Bridger Roner to get over, not be faked by the handoff, and just really hit the receiver hard. Hold him for a gain of 0. That's what we're going to need all game. Keep him in 2nd and 3rd and longs, and the Hawks team will be very successful.
Exactly. Let's see what they do here on 2nd down after being held to 1 on the 1st.
As Menzel lines up in the shotgun here, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, as he hands off to the left side, as he gets outside, and he's pushed out of bounds there. That's Spencer Heath, I believe, on the tackle there, and that'll help the Hawks bring up a 3rd and long. This is where the Hawks want to be in. They really want to be in 3rd and longs because this is where that D line can get to the quarterback, and that's what they do best.
And it's really good to see the defense able to shut down, again, that really high-powered running attack. That's going to be something, a common theme all night, as that defense just needs to be able to stuff that run. Make sure that they're not averaging a 1st down every time like their stats suggest.
As the Hawks seem to be coming on a blitz here, as Menschel has time, as the pocket collapses, he's going to run, and it looks like he will pick up the 1st down. But he will be hit hard. Oh, it looks like there might have been They rule him down by contact.
Down by contact.
Ooh, that was a close one, though. That could have been a fumble.
Really
Unfortunately,
close
there
call.
is no instant replay in high school football.
Of course. This is going to be a really fun, really high-powered, emotional game.
As they're going hurry up, empty backfield with 4 receivers to his left, a bunch formation over there.
Nice little diamond formation. Very interesting to see. Let's see what they do here. Looks like still talking to the coaches, trying to figure out the specificities.
As he looks at it, it's a screen pass there. As it's a big play, as he runs down the left sideline. And that's a gain of about 30 yards there. That's number 1, Skylar Ormita on the catch there and catch and run there, the junior. However, there is a flag at the line of scrimmage. That's in the region of holding, maybe. And it is a hold on the Chandler Wolves. That'll bring back a 35-yard play. That's a 45 net loss there for the Chandler Wolves. Big penalty early in this game.
Really good break for the Highland Hawks as Chandler was able to break free on that play. Very interesting formation. Gave the guy in the back just enough blockers to really get free there and just go running. But thankfully that play got called back. They're going to move back 10 yards, right back to where they started. Just about. They're going to set up at the 22-yard line for a 1st and 20.
Yeah. 1st and 20. This is where as they line up in the same diamond formation on the other side here.
Might be trickery, though, because Highland should know how to play against that. I doubt they'd call the same play twice.
And they say that on Madden too, but yet I still do it all the time. So, and there's another penalty. And it looks like that one might be on the Hawks. That might be encroachment on the Hawks there. A little bit quick to get over the line of scrimmage, wanting to get to the quarterback, but you got to keep your head there.
2 back-to-back penalties on either team, not necessarily canceling out, but definitely showing that there's high emotions and there's a lot going on during this game. There's a lot to think about. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a step back to thank Weech Financial Services. Thank you so much for sponsoring Hawk Productions and Hawk Football. Thank you so much, Weech Financial.
As on 1st and 15 now, Menschel takes a snap. He's looking
it's a long pass.
And it's overthrown, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Overthrown. And what I'm really liking to see is all those receivers were just covered up by the Highland Hawks. It was really good.
That was Spencer Heath on the coverage, nowhere near the ball, the receiver, because he really kept the receiver within arm's distance. That's what you want from your corners. And even better, he turned his head when the football was in the air. That's something coaches should be teaching all corners at all levels, is turn your head when the ball's in the air. We see it at the college level and the NFL level. If you don't turn your head, you're going to get called for flags.
And let's not forget the other guys who blocked up all the other receivers. Really good heads-up play out of the defense there.
Yeah, as they send in motion to their left, it's a quick pass there. And that's Ormita on the catch again, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 2 or 3 here.
Yeah.
For the Wolves, and this could be 4-down territory with them. So I wouldn't be surprised for them to take a shot here and then go with a run on the next play.
In a game like this, every drive matters. Number 1. Oh.
As they hand it off here, as he gets outside, and the Hawks are all over him though, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Great play by this Hawks defense.
Really good stop.
To stay with him.
Wow. Really great stuff, and it looked like he was trying to wiggle free there, but this high-powered Hawks defense was just able to contain him. It was really, really good to see. Really heads-up play from the defense there. 4th and 1, though, it does look like they're going to bring out the offense one more time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just hand this to Hassan again. He is the best. He's the leading rusher in 6A for a reason. I would be surprised as they send him in motion, actually. And there's a flag. It looks like they have too many men on the field. That is a killer penalty from the Chandler Wolves there. And it looks like they're going to have to bring on their punting unit.
That's going to bring them into punt territory. Interesting decision to have a guy like that run off the field in such a situation. Let's see what they do here on 4th down.
And they will bring out the punting unit. So that is a killer penalty. That could have that 4th and 1 has a very high percentage chance to be successful. But the penalty takes it back, and now they have to punt and give the ball to the Hawks, who have the chance to strike first and strike early.
It's really interesting to see a guy like Tristan try to run off the field there, but a really big opportunity squandered by Chandler, and that could impact the whole game. I'm expecting this to be a bit of a shootout in a very, very close game. So you can talk now.
As the punt is set to go away, and it's a high drive punt, and it's called for a fair catch as he fields it about the 29. Very good play by Grady Crandall. That is on the.
Summer is barbecue time. Rudy's Barbecue. Time for our slow-smoked brisket, sausage, or ribs. For 25 years, Rudy's has been the official barbecue of summer. Rudy's Barbecue, the original.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. It's back on?
All right, and as the Hawks are about to take over on their own 28 here, what are you looking for the Hawks offense today?
Well, I just really want to see that pass attack come alive. That's really going to open up a whole bunch of opportunities.
As Fisher hands to, that's Cruz Colmore on the carry, making his first start at running back for the Hawks. He has gotten a lot of carries for the Hawks, but to me, he's more of an outside runner. He's that small, Bucky Irving kind of runner. While we have Peyton Gill or Cash Allen, who are more of that Rashad White power inside runners.
Yeah, I really want to see a lot out of Cruz Colmore today. With a guy like Cash Allen out, we definitely need the secondary people to step up and show us what they got. Cruz Colmore has not had a bad season so far and is averaging a good amount of yards per carry, but he's obviously not the starter like Cash Allen.
As Fisher lines up in the shotgun single back, he hands to Colmore again.
Oh, wow.
As he bounces, he cuts it back. Great, great shift. The ball is on the ground,
I think he lost the ball there.
I believe they called it Highland Hawks ball. And no, it is Chandler.
We're going to watch it back. See, passes off there. Really good blocking. He's able to get through, but he doesn't keep it secure. It is knocked out. Wow, Chandler just gets a hand in there.
I believe he might have been down by contact there.
Down by contact.
And, the Hawks look to have caught a break there because that could have been a big turnover. We really got to hold on to that ball.
And obviously, let's not call it there because the refs are still talking. I did like what I saw out of the blockers there, just creating a path for him to get the first down territory. But Chandler was just made a heads-up play, able to get hands in there and just knock the ball out. And with a guy who's not getting as much touches as maybe a starter like Cash Allen, it's really interesting to see how he's going to develop that ball handling.
However, it looks like there might have been a penalty or a re-snap here. It is unclear what the official decision here was after that play.
I mean, of all the outcomes that could have happened there, I'm not sure I was expecting that, but I think the Highland Hawks are still breathing easy.
Yeah, maybe it's an inadvertent whistle, and they just wanted to reset the play. I am unaware of what the current AIA rule is on that particular issue, but it's an interesting, as we see Spencer Heath playing both ways today on the bottom of your screen here as the receiver, as Fisher takes the snap. Got plenty of time in the pocket, delivers a strike.
Oh,
what a catch by Spencer Heath, taking a big hit from Scooby Bradley there from Chandler. What a hit from him, but great catch by Spencer Heath, as I just talked about.
Yeah. Incredible pass. He has plenty of time. The O-line does incredible, and he's just able to slot it in there. Chandler is all over it.
As the Hawks move early there, and that'll be a false start. Little jumpy on that play. The Hawks just got to keep their composure. I know it's a big game. Nerves are here early, but we got to stay still. Those are penalties that coaches hate. That'll be some fitness for them next week.
So on that last play, it was DB Scooby Bradley. He's a senior. Really interesting to see because he was right there and he made a heads-up play on that tackle. Just got him down in the second after he caught the ball.
Fisher goes to play action. As it's caught for a gain of about 8 right there. That's number 20. That's number 24. Murray on the catch there. What a great play there by Fisher to fake the handoff and find his open receiver on a slant route.
That might have been Dominic Loria, the tight end.
Yeah. As Chandler calls their first time out here.
Call a timeout.
Maybe just trying to get their heads back after a start. After a start that's a bit slow for them, they're not happy with their start. They need to call timeout to just regroup here.
You know, the coaches definitely don't want to see Highland pull away. And we're going to take a break. We're actually going to thank Tradelands Realty and Property Management, who are experts in Arizona real estate, providing full-service real estate solution. We can help you buy, sell, or manage your property. Thank you so much, Tradelands Realty, for sponsoring Hawk Productions and Hawk Football. As we come back, again, like we're saying, Chandler might be a little rattled up. Highland's getting some good offensive yards on them, unlike they did on their own drive. So they definitely have to have a talk to it, try and straighten up that defense. Highland's just chipping away right now.
Yeah, as the Hawks are now inside Chandler territory, as Bubs line up in the shotgun again, with 2 receivers to his right, none to his left. And this formation looks like it could be as on the option play to Cruz Colomar, and he will break away. He gets outside, and he gets the first down inside the 40 to the 38 now. What a great run from Cruz Colomar, yards after contact. That's something we don't usually see from small running backs.
That's an incredible play. We're going to watch that back there. No, it doesn't look like any extra blockers are coming in to help him out there. The O-line just really does their job to push over that D-line and just get that run open.
As Fisher lines with trips right, play action, throws up the middle, and it's caught again. And it looks like Dominic Loria might have been on the catch again there.
Loria again.
Great play on that slant route there. He's really getting open tonight in the shoes of Gavin Priest.
Yeah, and only 2 high safeties back there to really stop him. Could have been very interesting.
Hands to Colomar on the outside. Oh, great move there by Cruz Colomar. This dude is shifty.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I haven't seen much of him today, but he's really good at creating opportunities where it doesn't look like much is happening to him. And I'm loving what that O-line is doing. They're just making fun of Chandler's D-line, really opening up the run for a Hawks offense that really needs it, missing Cash Allen.
As he play action, throws a quick to Hayden Doherty, and he's down to the 1-yard line. So that'll bring up first and goal from the 2-yard line for the Hawks. This is what the Hawks want on this opening drive. And I would expect 4 plays here to get it in the end zone.
This is what they're all about, just chipping away.
As Bubs comes off the field, and it looks like they might line up in the Wildcat formation here. Maybe a direct snap to Cruz Colomar to try and get him in the end zone, or some misdirection here.
I mean, you're sniffing the end zone. Might as well try it out. Get some more power on that.
Or it's Grady Crandall lining up as the quarterback here. We have seen this before, but it could. I don't whether they throw it or as Crandall takes a snap, runs directly.
Crandall
and he's
brings
in.
it in.
Touchdown, Hawks. Grady Crandall.
Wow.
Direct snap, and the Hawks take a lead very early in this game.
The Highland Hawks attack early. They chipped away at that Chandler defense, and they really made the O-line. Or they really made that Chandler D-line look funny. Really, really great to see. We're going to take a step back and thank Environmental Drain and Odor Services, who offer many services including hydrojetting, camera inspection, odor control, smoke test, drain cleaning, backflow certification, and sewer repair. Thank you so much, Environmental Drain and Odor Services. We're going to watch that kick happen now, the extra point, and there's a flag.
Yeah, there's a flag, and it's a false start on the Hawks. They will have to go 5 yards back for their extra point, and that could be a big deal. We've seen kickers have to move 5 yards back and then miss extra points, and teams lose by 1 score or by 1 point. This could be a big penalty. You never know. Hopefully, Caden Leonard will make this kick here, and we won't have to worry about that.
As a kicker, you're locked in from that short range, so just getting 5 yards back can always mess up your momentum, mess up your rhythm. Let's see what happens.
As Leonard's kick is good.
Right down the middle.
And the Hawks take a 7-0 lead on the first drive. This is what we really didn't see from the Hawks against Centennial, against their last test, which was Centennial. They didn't score early. They really struggled early. I'm glad to see the Hawks really punch this in early, and hopefully can punch Chandler in the mouth early and often here in this game.
Incredible drive. The thing I'm most excited for is that running offense. It looks like Cullimore is being able to get around there, and which is something that was kind of up in the air. But the Hawks O-line is really just imposing on that Chandler D-line and just making it their own. And then those short passes just chipping away at Chandler. Bub is just making all the connections he needs to. Really, really fundamentally solid drive from the Highland Hawks.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Bub's footwork in this game. When he's in the pocket, he's moving really well, and you can't really see that knee injury that he has been dealing with for multiple weeks now. You can't really see it. He's moving really good. He doesn't need to step up and run. He just has to be able to step up, move around to be able to find his open receiver. And Dominic Laureate right now is getting open. No one on the Chandler defense is guarding him. I know he hasn't played too much as a tight end in recent weeks, so there's not that much film, but they haven't guarded him at all. He's been wide open, and so I think until stage 2, you keep finding him, you keep driving it down Chandler's throat, and that's what the Hawks want. And as you can hear it in this crowd is energized now. They want this game bad to send the Hawks to 5-0 going into a big game against Red Mountain next week.
For sure. Really, what I'm seeing from the Chandler defense, they're not making Bub work too hard. He doesn't have to throw up a long third down. He doesn't have to create fireworks just to be able to get around that Chandler defense and keep the drive alive. He's just able to chip away on these easy checkdowns. It's really making his life a lot easier, and it's making this offense flow very, very nicely. What an incredible showing on that first drive, as your Highland Hawks are up 7-0 against a very, very tough Chandler team.
As you can see, Caden Leonard is on kicking duties tonight. Usually it has been Grady Crandall, but as we mentioned earlier, he is dealing with a little bit of a knock, so they're going to try and avoid any further injuries as much as they can.
Especially after he just ran a touchdown in. He can take a break.
Yeah, he's playing very well. He doesn't look injured to me at all, but kicking, you never know. You can pull a quad, pull a hamstring. I've done that before.
How could you be injured for a game like this?
As Caden Leonard sets a kick off from the 40-yard line, it's a high line drive kick to the 1-yard line, and Chandler will take it out of the end zone, as he has some space, but he'll take it to the 24-yard line. So not bad kick coverage from the Hawks. A little bit of a hole, but they close it down really quickly.
So let's hope we can see more fireworks out of this Highland defense. Again, just deferring that kick and still being up 7-0 after the first 2 drives. Really, really good to see. I want to see more imposing Hawks defense, because that is what gets in your head. It's when the offense can't perform is when you as a team start getting a little worried.
Yeah. And for Chandler offense right now, the guy I think the Hawks need to focus on is either Ormita, the number 1, the wide receiver, or Halsana, as we said, the leading rusher, the leading touchdown scorer in 6A, 11 touchdowns.
Of course.
As Menso lines up with an empty backfield as he throws, and a great play there. That's Bo Tarwater on the coverage. Again, what a great play by Bo Tarwater. to stay on the receiver and to knock the pass away.
Just imposing himself, and I'm sure the quarterback knew he had a guy right behind his receiver. Interesting choice to throw that way, and maybe showing that Highland defense is already getting in that offense's head. They're worried that they don't have as many opportunities.
Another 5 wide receivers here. Spread offense for the Chandler Wolves so far.
Maybe a little confusion. It looks like he's calling an audible.
As Menzel lines up in the empty backfield again, as it looks like a jet sweep. And the Hawks read that pretty decently. It'll bring up a 3rd and short here, but they're about 3rd and 2 from the 31 for Chandler. Not really good kick coverage for the Hawks there.
Yeah.
But that jet sweep, you can kind of see number 8 was lined up a little behind the line of scrimmage. From up here, it's an obvious play. I know on the field it's hard to see.
Yep.
But from up here, it looked like that's where they were going the entire time.
Yeah, Chandler defense did do a really good job of sweeping that way and just holding their blockers to get a nice, decent gain. But 3rd and short, let's see what they do.
As he lines up in an empty backfield again, as he looks down for the middle, and it's caught there by Chandler. That'll be a 1st down. That's number 8, Carter Ochoa on the catch, the senior wide receiver.
A lot of
and nice quick routes. That they're finding those little holes in that Hawk defense. The Hawks really got to close those down.
A lot of Hawks in the area ready to shut that one down, but I saw it from up here. He definitely had all the room, and he had it for a little bit. QB made a good decision.
As Menzel lines up again, throws over the middle, and it's caught, and that's a gain of about 6 right there. That's number 1, Skylar Omida. Again, they're really targeting Omida.
Yeah, and Grayson Sparks, he was just able to create some separation from the free safety there, and he was able to get a nice short 6-yard gain, set him up for a nice 2nd and mid.
Yeah, I would like to see this Hawks defense get to the quarterback a little bit more. They haven't really blitzed yet. I'm hoping to see him as Menzel, and looks like there might be an illegal shift penalty or a false start on the Chandler Wolves, and that'll set them back 5 yards, which is exactly what the Hawks want here. With a loud crowd, get the crowd motivated, and keep them in 3rd and longs.
That is the drive killer we keep talking about, and it might have been what ruined their first drive when they did take an unfortunate penalty, and I don't believe they had any 1st downs on that drive when they were pretty close. That's going to set up a 2nd and long where they just have to play their cards differently.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of empty backfield looks. I wonder if the Hawks will change anything after this drive, because they're really just lining up with no running backs in the backfield, which is weird for a team that loves to run the ball. They ran the ball as Menzel takes the snap here, goes to the outside, and Ochoa is wide open, and a good tackle there. Otherwise, that could have been more. What a good tackle there, as we see the Fiesta Bowl mascot dancing around on the Hawks sideline. That's Spirit, the Fiesta Bowl mascot.
Unfortunately, just the Hawks read there, left that left end a little open. Good job on the defense making their way over there and preventing any massive major plays, but unfortunate to see that hallway open.
Yeah, as again, Menzel is lined up in an empty backfield as he drops back. As the Hawks finally close down the pocket, can Menzel get away?
No, he cannot!
He's all over him. And it's a fumble.
Fumble!
And it looks like the Hawks might have recovered that one.
Let's see what the refs say. I'm amazed he didn't throw it away there. He knew that he didn't have much time.
And Chandler did get that fumble back. What a great play there by Jaden Collins and another defensive lineman to get to the quarterback and knock the ball. He did not and a great job by the secondary, because that's what we call a coverage sack. When he has time, but none of his receivers are open, and these O linemen are big boys. They don't have the best fitness.
You cannot forget about the secondary there. He had all the time in the world, but he didn't want to throw it away. He's looking for a receiver to throw it to, and he just could not find one.
As it brings up a 2nd and 21, as now the Hawks come after him, as he threw, and he overthrows Ochoa on the sideline there.
Overthrew it, and definitely a guy who had some space on the defender there. Just an iffy play by the quarterback.
Yeah, and great job by Rhett Yetter to get a quarterback hurry, which the Hawks have 30 more than the national average of quarterback hurries this season. They are getting to the quarterback. Maybe they're not completing sacks, but they are getting to the quarterback and forcing these 3rd and longs right like this.
Especially after getting shaken up on the last play there. As a quarterback, you're desperate to get the ball out of your hands, and that might set up some iffy passes like the ones we just saw. 3rd and very long.
As the Hawks are going to sit back a little bit here, but they are going to come after the quarterback on this. As he throws a deep pass, that's Carter Ochoa, and Crandall's all over that, and it falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 21.
Wow. I don't think that's going for it territory. Grady Crandall really heads up. He knew where that ball was going, and honestly, the pass was probably closer to Crandall there than the actual intended receiver on Chandler's end. Really good to see. Again, just another iffy quarterback play. Definitely think the Highland defense is imposing themselves on Chandler, and it's really, really exciting to see.
Yeah, this Hawks defense, especially that D-line on this drive versus the last drive, has looked a lot better. They're finally starting to get to the quarterback and get him in that third and long situations, which is why they're going to be punting again on the second straight drive.
And I'm surprised that we're getting so many no running back looks out of Chandler. They thrive on the run. They do not pass that often compared to most teams in the 6A Arizona. Really interesting to see. Obviously, they know Highland's been studying the film. Highland knows they run the ball. Everybody knows that they run the ball. They might just be trying to get out ahead of that and show a different aspect of their offense that they're confident in. But unfortunately, it just has not worked for them so far.
As there's a delay of game penalty on Chandler, I believe.
Wow.
And that'll go 5 more yards back. That's already 4 penalties on the Chandler Wolves in this first quarter just on the offensive side. That's 4 offensive penalties. That has really driven back at least 20 yards.
That's on a drive that was looking pretty solid for Chandler. It seems like that sack might have messed up the quarterback a bit, got in his mind, because there was 2 more errant passes that came after that. Just really didn't set him up for success, as they're going to punt from very far away.
As Crandall's deep to receive this punt.
Pretty good punt. He's going to take it.
And he muffs the punt, but he does muff it out of bounds. Very tough play. For your punt returners, you want them to get under the ball. You don't want them reaching back, because that is a tough catch, and that's how you get fumbles and muff punts.
And then, again, this high-powered Hawks offense is going to come back out on the field. We're trying to repeat some of that same success that we saw on the first drive. More of that check down, easy passes, just inching towards that the down marker there to get the first down. We don't need any heroics here, but we need good fundamental football.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Cruz Colomar again, and he looked really shifty on that drive. I think we still hand it off and use the play action as well. As they do hand off to Colomar, as he's on the left side, and he cuts it back.
Sneaky play.
And he gets a first down. Cruz Colomar is imposing his will on this Chandler defense. They cannot touch this kid. This kid is speedy.
He is small, he is slick, he is fast, and he is mobile. Let's watch that again. We're going to watch it back. Highland O-line just really stuffing 45
as Fisher takes the snap, and it's Colomar again. Up the middle, all the way up to the 50-yard line. Another handoff to Cruz Colomar. They are going to feed him until if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep going with this offense.
Exactly.
And this is going to open up the passing game too, which we saw in the last drive as they ran the ball first, and then it's going to open up the play action. I'm looking at maybe Max Brown on a deep pass here. As Cruz Colomar hands off again, and it's a gain of about 6 or 7 there. Colomar is having a great first quarter here.
Really good.
He is. In his first start as a sophomore running back, I am very impressed with Cruz Colomar so far.
Obviously, he's had some other touches. He's looked really solid, but more as a puzzle piece back, not really starting caliber. But as we're seeing today, he's imposing himself. He is getting around the Chandler defense, who hasn't seen much of him in tape. It's going back to him.
As Colomar takes it, and he looks like he got the first down. That's exactly what the Hawks want. On a second and short, just get the first down, keep the chains moving. And as you can see, the Hawks are going hurry up here.
I think one of the biggest players here is the Chandler defense. If they're watching tape or watching Highlands plays, they haven't seen much of Colomar, and they're really not expecting Colomar to be such a major player. Now to have that going against you, and you're unprepared. So we're seeing them try and catch up, but Colomar's just making it happen.
As we see, they line up in trips right, and they hand off again to Colomar, and he gains about 3 there. Still moving the ball pretty well. And that's Peyton Gill on the carry there.
Peyton Gill.
The other running back for the Hawks that's filling in for
Colomar is going to walk back out for this next play. On that last play, Chandler's D-line really just tensed up there. They did not let the Hawks O-line really push them around like they have doing. So trying to push behind them didn't really work out on that time.
As that will be the end of the first quarter for your Highland Hawks as they lead 7-0 against the Chandler Wolves.
Graphic of some guy.
A great first quarter there for the Highland Hawks, as they were absolutely dominant in this quarter. This was all Highland Hawks. They really want to continue this as they're driving the ball down the field inside Chandler territory. I could see them going 4 plays on this next drive to try and get that first down and keep the ball moving, since they don't really have a kicker that can kick super long range. He's an accurate kicker, just not a super long range kicker.
Yeah, for sure.
As we see Coach Farrell instructing his team, giving back, and as we see number 9 is back this week. Jalen Cross, after missing the last 2 games, is back on the field for the Highland Hawks, and that is a big addition for them. That is one of Bub's favorite targets on the outside. He is still a little shaken up, which is why we're seeing him in limited snaps, but he is back, and that is huge for the Highland Hawks. And a special shout out to Dave Hayward and the sports medicine program here at Highland. Dave Hayward is one of the best teachers at Highland. I love his class, and you learn so much, and we appreciate the trainers as well for keeping our athletes healthy.
That's a really good program we have here at Highland, and pretty unique one in the country. Yeah, again, Hawks Med, they do a really good job out there on the field every single game. It's really exciting to see what they do.
As we're about set to kick off the second quarter here, as the Hawks have the ball on the Chandler 38, 2nd and 7, driving the ball down the field. We're absolutely dominant in that first quarter. They are looking to continue that and continue this drive and hopefully punch in another touchdown and go up 2 scores.
If we're able to see the Hawks O-line,
as we have to wait for the commercial break for Arizona Family on here for the second quarter to kick off. But the Hawks, like, once again, really good on that. I was really impressed with that O-line, guys like Connor Gardner, Adam Greer on that O-line.
yeah, that O-line is really showing up, and they have been showing up, but it is really, really apparent this game. They want to make it a nice and easy run for Collimore, and Collimore's making his presence known as well. It is just a really, really good pairing, and it is hard to defend against.
Yeah, as the Hawks come out here, they got Peyton Gill coming out as their running back for this first play on 2nd and 7. And I'm looking at maybe a play action here. Finally, they've ran the ball on every play on this drive. I'm looking for play action. Maybe Bubs look down the field to a guy like Max Brown, or even get Hayden Doherty in behind the linebackers.
I would love to see some receivers like Max Brown get involved like they haven't so far. We're seeing a lot of the tight ends and the running backs. I want to see some deep.
As he hands to Gill, and Gill bounces off the tackle, and it looks like he may have gotten a first down there, or very close. It looks like he might have been a yard short, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 1, and that'll be a possible 2 downs here for the Hawks, which is exactly what they want, to be able to punch in a ball here for a touchdown. But they get 2 downs to get a first down here with 1 yard to go.
Unlike Collimore, Gill is a bit of a larger presence, a bit of a stronger guy. He's really able to just shove through Chandler there and force himself up really, really close to that first down.
As Bub takes a snap, he hands to Gill, and it looks like he does get the first down. As the Hawks keep the chains moving once again. That is already their 4th first down on this drive. I am very impressed with this Highland Hawk team.
Really good to see that pairing of small backs and big backs just being able to come together and show what the backfield has, missing their star player. And yet the running attack looks so much stronger than even the passing attack, which hasn't really had to do much because the running attack is just opening up and getting these first downs quite easily.
Yeah, as for the first time today, Bubs is going to line up under center with Cruz Collimore in the backfield. This is the first time we've seen the under center formation, as it is a play action. As Bub rolls to his left and throws, that's Dominic Loria again on the catch, and he gains. It looks like he may have gotten a first down, and they do. A 5th first down on this drive. Dominic Loria has been great today. He's filling in for Gavin Priest.
Really good connection between him and Loria. He's already proven on a couple plays that he can trust Loria, as we're going to watch the replay here, but he knows he can trust Loria to just get the ball off and get some yardage on any pass he gets. He's open, he's there. We can see he's just able to jump
As
forward.
Bub takes a snap, pulls it.
There's a flag on the play in the backfield.
As the pass is complete, and it will be stopped for a gain of only about 3, but that would have been a first down. However, there is a flag, and it looks like that would be on the Hawks offense.
It did go around the time the ball was snapped. I expect this one to come back.
Might be an illegal formation on the Hawks. Maybe they had too many guys in the backfield or not on the line of scrimmage. So the Hawks, those are killer penalties on second. That would have been 2nd and 1, and now it's going to be 2nd and 6, and that's in a much more difficult situation. 2nd and 1, you get 3 plays to get 1 yard. The odds are very likely. 2nd and 6, it's a little bit harder now.
For sure. Really important to note, but we've seen Hawks defense perform pretty good on these mid-down situations. I'd love to see what they do more, and like we were saying earlier, I'm really interested to see when that really high-powered passing offense opens up, or really if it does.
And I believe it is an illegal formation on the Hawks here, and it will be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 now Still deep in Chandler territory. This is still a second and manageable, but we really want second and third and short. So hopefully they can at least get a few yards here to make it third and short, or hopefully just get the first down, or even a touchdown.
Yeah, obviously with a Hawks team like this, you want to think touchdown, 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 keep going, keep going. But you are in a good field goal range, and that would bring you up 2 scores against, again, a very good Chandler team. This is the game of the week for a reason. Going up 2 scores against a team like that is nothing to scoff at. We are well within field goal range and pushing for that first. Oh, it looks like they gave us the first down after some deliberation.
They did give us the first down. The penalty looks like it will be enforced after the first down and bring it back past that.
But
so it'll bring up first down, but it'll bring up 1st and 15.
Okay, very interesting. I'm curious what that penalty ended up being. But first and long for the Hawks, it's an interesting, very different situation than second and mid.
Yeah, as Bubs takes a snap with 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and that is Cruz Colomore in the backfield. As they send Lauria in motion, as they hand.
Oh wow!
And he's tackled. Oh, he's just tripped up at the 5. What a great run there!
Incredible run. Let's watch that one back. We're gonna watch that replay. It looks like they're gonna hand it off to Colomore. O-line just opens up a passage in the middle. He's able to just trip over that defender. Nobody was catching up to that speedy guy right there. It puts him in incredible position. First and short for this touchdown. Incredible, incredible play.
Yeah, it'll bring up 1st and goal from the 5. As you see, Jalen Cross, the wide receiver, check in here. I'm looking to run the ball first with Colomore. Maybe get him on the outside, or even maybe like a little trick play, maybe a halfback pass to a tight end.
I expect
like
a bit of a pass here.
And it is a handoff to Colomore as he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Great play there by the Chandler linebacker. That's number 3, Sean Perez, the outside linebacker, getting in there and stopping him at the line of scrimmage for only a gain of 1. And now the Hawks will bring up 2nd goal from the 4-yard line.
I do think we're going to see some sweeps here, maybe some motion. Try and get a nice little short screen pass and just punch it in for the touchdown. I don't think we're going to run it 3 times in a row.
As Bub's lined up in the shotgun, hands to Colomore as he gets to the 1-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the about 1.5-yard line here.
Oh, wow.
And so, to me, this is 2 plays.
You have
two plays to get in the end zone. I think one of them might be at least they might consider passing here, and one of them you run it.
Maybe from the 5, you'd consider that pass. They're happy to run it 2 times in a row, and it works out for them. Just a 1-yard line. It's going to be hard to stop.
I think if you are going to go pass, you got to look for your big tight end though. Hayden Doherty has only gotten 1 catch over today. I think they're going to look to get him involved.
Yeah, only 1 pass as
they send Cruz in motion, and he's in. Touchdown, Hawks! Cruz Colomore on the jet sweep gets his 2nd touchdown.
Wow.
Excuse me, his 1st touchdown. Grady Crandall did score that first touchdown. Cruz Colomore with his 1st touchdown of the game.
Summer is barbecue time. Rudy's Barbecue. Time for our slow-smoked brisket, sausage, or ribs. For 25 years, Rudy's has been the official barbecue of summer. Rudy's Barbecue, the original.
No.
As Leonard is lined up to kick the extra point, or is that Crandall to kick the extra point now? Looks like Grady Crandall. Oh no, that is Caden Leonard again, and the extra point is good and making the score 14-0 to the Highland Hawks. What a great play. What a great drive by that Highland Hawks team, really driving it down Chandler. That was a long drive. That was about a 5-minute drive from the Hawks. Really, that defense was just getting tired by the end of that drive, and you could see it on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that through the end of the first quarter into the start of the second quarter. Really, Colomore was able to open up the start of that drive. Hell, we were showing a replay, and Colomore just drove another 15 yards. Quite easily, really eating up, and then it got a little shaky there at the end. Penalties, really interesting positions, but it did not seem to phase that Hawks offense. They just kept running it up Chandler's throat. Really, what more do you need to do? It's working out for the Highland offense, and another 7 points on the board. Nothing to complain about, and as be happy about.
Yeah, and as you just saw, the student section is electric right now in the purple and blue to honor the Fallen Angel Night. This student section shows up every single week and is always on fire, and they're going to continue that tonight as the Hawks are just going to set the kickoff here from the 40-yard line. As Leonard kicks off, it's a low line drive kick, and it's fielded this time as he takes it up the middle, and The Hawks stop him at
There's
the 25. There is a
in the
flag.
backfield. It looks like they're scuffling back there. Maybe 29 and the Hawk. Interesting to see what they called it, but I did see some hands.
Yeah, the back judge threw that flag from deep there. Maybe he saw a hold or a hand to the face.
I don't think that would have been on any of the ball carrier.
Let's see what this call is.
Oh my God.
And it is on Chandler.
On Chandler.
It looks like an unnecessary roughness call there on Chandler. Maybe a blindside block or something to that effect. But evidently the back judge saw it, and it'll bring him back 10, 15 yards there.
Interesting to see. Maybe the Hawks are starting to get in Chandler's head. Chandler, a team that thinks they probably deserve to be ranked higher than number 10 by Max Preps, really might be getting in their head that they're down 14-0. Especially when they've been powering through the rest of their teams. This is their first real matchup. I think we can say that. This is their first big matchup this year. And it's going to feel different down 14 than up 27.
Yeah, and as Chandler looks to have changed their quarterback for this play, and they finally line up with Hassan in the backfield as they hand to him. And he breaks away from the first tackle, but can't get away from the second. That Hawks D-line again, that only a gain of about 2 or 3 there. And that's what the Hawks are. Oh, it's only a gain of 1.
Wow.
And that's a great job from this Hawks defense. This is a guy that averages 11 yards per carry, so if we get home to 1, 2, 3 yards per carry, the Hawks will live with that every single day of the week.
Happily. And you'd expect that most of their time in the film room was spent watching this running back and how to stop it. They know that's what Chandler's all about. Really good to see that coming out on the field.
As Carmigiano is now the quarterback for Chandler as he hands to Hassana again. And
nothing. Well,
the Hawks, and he gains only another about 3 or 4 yards, and that'll bring up third and a little bit longer. Great job by this Hawks defense again. He is breaking away from those tackles, but the Hawks are all over him around the space. He has absolutely no room to run so far.
He is breaking these tackles, but he's breaking them horizontally, and unfortunately, horizontally means no extra yards for you, and Highland's just able to stack more defense on there to eventually get him down. Going really
yeah, as Carmigiano lines up with the running back few yards to his left, as he looks to throw over the middle, and it's almost intercepted, incomplete. I don't think Grady Crandall saw that, because if he saw it, he's picking that off. A guy who's 6 interceptions last year, 2 so far this year. He wanted that interception there.
Of course, his hands were up, he saw it coming, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it out there. But really interesting play call and pass from the quarterback, who might be seeming a little desperate. 2 runs from your star running back didn't work. You're forced to be put in a situation you don't want to be in, and it did not work out. 4th and long.
As the Chandler Wolves will have to punt again for the 3rd time in 3 drives. And that is exactly what you want from this Wolves. As the punter, he's on his own 4-yard line. That's how good this Hawks defense has been. As it's a bit of a low snap, and the Hawks almost blocked the punt. As Crandall calls for the fair catch, and this time he catches it with no problem. That's exactly what you want.
He gets it at the 45. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a step back and give one more thank you to Environmental Drain and Odor Services, who offer many services, including hydrojetting, camera inspection, odor control, smoke test, drain cleaning, backflow certification, and sewer repair. Thank you so much, Environmental Drain and Odor Control Services.
As safety Kate Colmore limped off the field after that last drive.
Oh, no.
And it looks like he's dealing with an ankle problem here as the trainers are checking him out. Hopefully he'll be okay. But as this Hawks offense has amazing field position on the 45-yard line, this is the best field position they've had so far, and they've scored 2 touchdowns so far. This is a drive they can really put Chandler on the ropes very early in this game.
So, obviously, you hear Colmore, you think, oh, no, is that our star running back? No, that is going to be Cade Colmore, who is a separate player.
As Bubs lines up under center, as he hands to the other Colmore, that's Cruz Colmore, almost gets outside, but a great play there by the Chandler outside linebacker. Really, really good play from Chandler there to stop Cruz Colmore from getting outside, because if Cruz gets outside, he's a missile.
The Jets are on. And honestly, I really just don't want to stop talking about that last drive because of how potent it was from that Hawks defense. I think that was their best showing of the night. Nothing out of Chandler. It was really incredible to see.
As Bubs takes a snap, as he hands to Colmore again.
It was wow.
And there it looks to be a flag on the
sideline. There was a flag
on the
all the way up. Sideline, 20-yard line, all the way up in the backfield. Really interesting to see what they did there. But outside of the flag, that was an incredible run from Colmore there, Cruz Colmore. again, just breaking those tackles like we expect them to. And at the 45-yard line, I mean, a really interesting field position there. There's a lot the Hawks can do to make the lead even greater.
As it is still unclear, as they haven't moved.
A lot of deliberation.
And it is on the Chandler Wolves.
Wow.
And that penalty is declined, and it is a first down for the Hawks, an illegal substitution for Chandler. That's another almost coaching error, you have to say. They had too many men on the field, and now a substitution error. Something is not going right, and communication is not doing well for Chandler. And now the Hawks have 1st and 10 on the Chandler 30, driving again, hoping to make this a 3-score game.
On the offense, looking a little worried whenever they're passing, and then that defense just might not.
Oh, fumble.
Ball's out. Oh, wow.
And Chandler is going to take this all the way for a touchdown. And Chandler is back in the game. Very unfortunate play for the Hawks there.
Really. That's a tough watch, especially on a drive where the way you were going, you'd think you'd end off the drive up 21-0. That's going to end up 14-7. Chandler's going to be brought within 1 score. Obviously, they have not kicked the extra point yet, so it is 21-6. Or 14-6, I'm sorry.
Yeah, costly mistake there from Peyton Gill. You know he just wanted to get those extra yards, but you got to hold on to the football, and that cost Highland 6 points. That could have been a 14-point swing there. Yeah. We could have been up 21-0. Now the Chandler Wolves are back in the game. Now they're feeling the energy, and now the Hawks have something to prove going down on this next drive.
That is really, really unfortunate. Like I was mentioning earlier, these running backs that might not be getting as many reps, and they're getting more tonight than they're used to. They have to get down those fundamentals that they haven't had too much game time to practice. Holding onto the ball is one of the biggest things you have to do as a running back. It's really unfortunate to see the falter there.
As Chandler's extra point is good, and the score is 14-7 now. It is a 1-score game, and that is a huge turn of events for the Hawks there. Very unfortunate. But I know this Hawks team. This Hawks team, their coaches will pick their heads up.
Oh yeah.
Obviously they're going to
This will only make them fight harder.
Yeah, you know if Peyton Gill gets the ball again, he's going to be running angry, and he's going to be holding on to the football because he knows
might
that
as
was
well
a
have
mistake.
glue on his hands.
But I guarantee you, when he comes back on the field, he's going to want it even more, and we're going to see the best version of him.
For sure, for sure. The good news for the Highland Hawks is that with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, their seemingly unstoppable offense until that last play is going to get another chance to have a whack at it and get some more points on the board. 6 minutes is all the time in the world, especially with an offense that has been able to run down the field like they have so far. Again, unfortunate swing of events here in Highland, but that offense is still potent and they're still ready to show what they have.
Yeah, I think other than that mistake, this has been still a very Highland Hawk dominated game. I know that momentum shift just happened here, and it feels a little down on this Highland Hawk side of the field, but we still got to look at what we've seen here. It is a 1-score game. We do get the ball to start the second half, and we have been absolutely dominant. Chandler has not even gotten out of their own half, so I don't really think that's too negative of a thing for the Hawks so far. A very unfortunate mistake, and they know that's going to be costly. Hopefully this won't come back to bite them, but this Hawks team has still been absolutely dominant in this first half so far.
If I'm the Hawks, I really am not worrying that much. It was just a simple mistake that led to that 14-point maybe swing. Unfortunate at worst. But Highland's offense should still be very, very confident in what they can do. And obviously, I think they're going to come out even more invigorated. They are not happy that they just lost 7 to Chandler's defense.
Yeah, and I'd expect Chandler's defense to come out even more energetic and more like on the blitz. So I would be looking at early, a play action, maybe a deep ball down the field to Max Brown, Hayden Doherty, get one of these guys open, or even an underneath pass to Dominic Loria and let him run with it. He's done very well with that so far.
Yeah.
I think we need to just continue balancing a little bit. I think we've ran the ball just maybe a few too many times, and I think Chandler's starting to finally read it. I think obviously we still want to get Cruz on the outside, but we have to throw the ball just a little bit.
I really like the idea of play action looks because with such a high-powered run offense that we've seen so far, the Chandler defense is going to have to buy into it somewhat, and it's going to leave receivers open inevitably. I think we really can sell that play action look and get some valuable air yards.
As Chandler kicks off a line drive kick, and that'll be a touchback for the Hawks, and they will start on their own 20-yard line. This is the worst field position the Hawks have had so far. Let's see what kind of drive they can put together. Hopefully can put a long drive together that hopefully will end in a touchdown and the half up 2 scores.
Obviously down, not feeling the best after losing the ball when you gave it gifted it in enemy territory already. Now they're all the way back to the 20-yard line. But Hawks offense, again, they have nothing to worry about. They have been incredible tonight's game against Chandler. Chandler's offense still has 0 points on the board. Hawks are still feeling high.
As Cruz Colmar is back in the game for the Hawks at running back. It looks like the Hawks are lined up in the pistol formation right now. This is we haven't seen the Hawks in the pistol formation yet, so
Really
it's a
interesting to see.
New formation here as Bubs looks to, and he hands to Colmar.
He is able to hand off to Colmar.
As Colmar gets about 2 or 3 yards before that Chandler defense is all over him.
I'd say.
And see, I think this is the play where we want maybe a play action here, as that Chandler defense is really reading that run, maybe like an RPO kind of play, because Bubs does have the legs to be able to run if he needs to. I understand he is dealing with an injury, but he does have the legs.
We are going to take a second. Thank you so much, Balboa Real Estate, for being a proud sponsor of Hawks Athletics and Hawk Production. Thank you so much. But yeah, really interesting to see. I do think we're going to get some more passing looks because obviously momentum swings in a football game like this. If you can't rely on the run as much as you were, you have to be able to change up the game plan.
And they have stacked receivers right as they send Brown in motion with trips receivers to Bubs right. As Bubs steps up, throws over the middle. That's Doherty. What a great throw and catch. As Hayden Doherty gets over the 50-yard line. What a great throw and catch from Bub and Hayden to get over the line. And Hayden's actually recently committed to NAU as of a couple weeks ago.
Wow, has he?
Really good for him as we see him continue. We're really excited to see what he does in his future career.
Great to see our very own homegrown Highland Hawks go off to bigger and better things up at the collegiate level.
As the Hawks have 1st and 10 now on the Chandler 49. As Bubs takes a snap, hands to Colomar, and now there's space on the outside, and he gains about 5 yards as Chandler actually drags him forward there. Interesting concept. I've never really understood why defensive players do that. They drag the players forward and give them more yards. Sometimes I just don't see why you don't push them backwards.
Maybe, but maybe it's also just easier to get them down that way. You never know. I've never been built like a defensive player. I'm not gonna pretend I can.
Yeah, me neither. But
maybe I could get some reps.
But that helped Cruz Colomar get an extra yard there. Instead of 2nd and 7, it's 2nd and 6.
Oh, definitely.
And now the Hawks are in a very medium situation here. This is even if they throw like an incompletion here, 3rd and 6 is not a bad spot for the Highland Hawks to be in.
Not a bad spot. Really loved what I see.
As Bub lines up under center as he sends Anthony Martin in motion as Bubs is sacked in the backfield.
Yeah, unfortunately, the O-line just came apart.
Sean Perez got in the backfield as Bubs tried to roll out, as the right guard didn't pull quite quick enough to block Perez there, and the Hawks now have 3rd and long. It'll be about 3rd and 16 for the Hawks from their own 45-yard line here. I'm looking at Hayden Doherty again.
Yeah.
On a long pass.
Rare mistake from that Highland O-line after they've been really, really good on the first couple drives this game. Unfortunate to see, but Bub has already proven on this drive that he can get those valuable air yards for long. I don't think they have to sell the PA at all, so it's all hands on deck for the pass.
As Bubs drop out, throws a deep ball to the right side, and it's incomplete on the outside there. Very, very tight window with double coverage there. Pass intended for Spencer Heath, and the Hawks will have to punt for the first time.
Yeah,
and now that momentum is starting to swing back to the Chandler side there.
That worries me because that was great coverage by Chandler, and it's an interesting decision to throw it there into double coverage. Very much a 50-50 ball, and I'd be worried if that ball was inside the field instead of hitting that. Instead of hitting the players on the sideline, I would be worried that that's a pick or maybe a turnover. So interesting to see, hoping that Chandler's not getting in our hands
as Grady Crandall set to punt it away here from the 35. It's a line drive kick as it bounces short at the 26-yard line, and the Hawks will down it at about the 19.
Now, to give the Highland Hawks some credit, 3rd and long like that, a little over 3rd and 15, I believe, that is never an easy situation to come back from, especially no matter how good your offense is, no matter how bad the defense is. 3rd and 15 is nowhere near easy. You cannot beat yourself up too much, especially after that is the first offensive drive that the Highland Hawks have had shut down on turnover on downs, had to punt the ball.
Yeah, even Patrick Mahomes doesn't always convert 3rd and 15s unless the referees help him out. But even Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, cannot convert 3rd and 15s all the time. It is a very tough down and distance. So no shame in the Hawks for not converting that, but you cannot take that sack there. It's not on Bubs. The O-line has to be able to protect him a little bit better.
Obviously, small cracks might be forming, but never the biggest.
As Borgino takes a snap, and he runs
almost like a quarterback draw and barely gains a yard, maybe a half yard there. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 again from the 20 as Chandler's going a little bit quicker now.
Yep.
And on 2nd, it'll bring up 2nd and 9. They did give him an extra yard there, but they're not really handing the ball off to Alsana. Maybe he's, I don't know if he's injured, but they are not handing it off to one of the best running backs in 6A.
Yeah, it is quite surprising.
As they have a bunch formation on the near side here, as he throws up top, and it'll fall incomplete. That looks to be Spencer Heath on the Bo Tarwater on the coverage there, and the receiver had absolutely no room to be able to get that ball. Great coverage from Tarwater there, and Grady Crandall, the safety, came over to help him out.
That's one of those 50-50 balls. Again, really interesting to see them throwing. With an offense that might be slowing down a little bit, is awesome to see that Hawks defense step up. They know what they have to do. They have to get Chandler's offense off this field and really try and maintain
takes
the
a snap
score.
on 3rd and 9, and the Hawks look to blitz, and it's caught. But a great hit there.
Big
great hit.
Right on the legs, and he just fell backwards. That is gonna hurt tomorrow. You just know it, and really imposing on the Hawks defense.
That is a great hit there. That looked to be number 8, Anthony Martin, on the hit. What a great hit! And the Wolves will be forced to punt, and the momentum's right back on that Highland Hawks side to end the half. They can go up 2 scores and then get the ball to start the second half. That's exactly where the Hawks want to be right now.
Of course, and that's the kind of hit that makes. No matter what, that's the kind of hit that's going to make the offense maybe a little scared to go against you. You know, the mental game is a big part of this, and when you see your players going down like that, how much are you willing to catch the ball and take another hit like that?
Yeah, as the Hawks call their first timeout, just to conserve some time here for Bubs and the offense to get a drive going and hopefully go down and score a touchdown here and really, really set the tone going into that second half, because the Hawks have played very well. One mistake is the only reason that this game is, instead of a 3-score game, a 1-score game. One mistake, which just shows that's football, right? You make one play can change the entire game, but the Hawks have responded really well since that fumble.
Yeah, but 2 drives with scores followed by 2 drives of turnovers. That is very unfortunate to see, and you're really hoping that Highland's offense is able to get back into it and get the momentum back.
Yeah, let's see if Highland can maybe even get to this punt here. They almost got to the last one on a low snap. Maybe the Hawks defense can get in there, maybe get a tip on the ball, and give themselves an even shorter field to drive and maybe score another touchdown.
If the offense is faltering, the Hawk defense isn't. They are doing just as incredible as they started out. Really, really exciting to see. Let's see what they do here on the kickoff. And hope for no trickery.
As he is set to punt, and the Hawks do almost get there again.
Wow.
As Grady Crandall fields it at about the 38, as he makes the first man miss. And there goes Crandall for a gain of about 6 yards there on the return. What a great return from Grady Crandall there for almost getting hit off the first one.
That's the kind of football play you want to see. Being able to take the ball, you're not going to fair catch it. Even if it hurts a little more, just fighting for an extra 5 yards just to put your offense in a bit of a better position. That's what you want to see. You need every yard you can get in this beautiful game. It's really fun to see that he's able to push it forward and not just fair catch it, take it where it lies.
Yeah, and let's see how this Hawks offense can respond after 2 drives that didn't really go their way. I think they'll have to pass a little bit more with just the time's sake, but I still think you're going to utilize Cruz Colomar and get him on the outside here.
They're adjusting to that run a little bit better.
As they hand off, and there is a flag on the pre-snap.
2 flags. 2 flags.
It looks like it might be on the Hawks for an illegal shift or an illegal formation there. Not what the Hawks wanted to start this drive here.
But yeah, like you're saying, Jacob, that run, it might not be as strong as it started off. The Chandler defense is making the adjustments that they need to. It is clear in the way that the run has maybe slowed down a bit. I'm really interested in how Highland is able to adjust to that. As the flag comes in, it is going to be a 5-yard penalty for your Highland Hawks. Not the best way to start a drive where you desperately need to prove your place and prove your momentum.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in the pass opens up the run sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
You can start the game by running, and if it works, it works. But then at some point, it's going to close down, and you're going to have to pass well. As Bubs takes a snap, throws play action here to Loria again, and they get all those yards back and some. Gets a gain of about 9 or 10 there, and brings up about a 2nd and 6 now for the Hawks, just outside Chandler territory. Really good play on first down, but
It's a great fundamental football play, just more.
But there is another flag down
Oh,
and an eligible man downfield on the Hawks. And it's another killer penalty for this offense that just can't get this drive started.
You cannot have that happen when you have such a great offensive play like the one there. Unfortunately, the more yardage you get put back and the further it is to that first down, the more Bub is going to be put in a bad situation, the more he's going to be scraping for yards, and it just makes everything worse on the offense. Let's see how they recover, but really, really not great to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here if the Hawks just try to run as much clock as possible, even though Chandler does have 2 timeouts, so they can't play it too safe. Otherwise, Chandler's going to get the ball with plenty of time to go down and score on their own. So hopefully the Hawks can get some yards here, as Bubs does hand off to Cruz Colomar as he cuts it up inside, and he gets a gain of about 9. That is a great gain on first down for Cruz Colomar to get most of those yards back from those 2 penalties.
Yeah, really, really interesting insight from Jacob here. Obviously, when you are in this close a football game and you're going to be getting the football back after the half, you don't want to be too risky. You're 20 yards away from the first down.
As
you don't
another
throw
flag
it
on the
away.
Hawks as Bubs takes a snap in the shotgun, looks to fire, and it is caught by Hayden Doherty at the marker. It looks like he might be a yard short, but it is another flag.
Let's hope this one's not on the Hawks, because they cannot afford another penalty, even if we're this close to.
It is an illegal shift on the Hawks, and another 5 yards.
Wow.
That is 3 pre-snap penalties on this drive. This team is going to be running. This team is going to be running a lot on Monday.
That's just not something you can do. Any football team is able to do. You just cannot give up pre-snap penalties like that, and 3 on the same drive, on the same. Really, they haven't hit the first down yet. It's just brought back. Really unfortunate to see, and that's just something you can't do if you want to win football games.
Yeah, on the plays that they've actually ran, they've actually moved the ball well. They just get stopped every time by penalties. I guarantee you that's going to be one of Farrell's main notes, depending on what happens in this game, is too many pre-snap penalties.
And
as Bubs lines up in the shotgun, takes snap, throws a little quick pass to Colomar, and he makes the first man miss, but he does step out of bounds.
He did get step out of bounds.
Good play by the Chandler defense there to keep him on the edge there and keep him out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock.
Yeah.
For Chandler on third, without them having to use a timeout. That is a huge play by that Chandler defensive back.
Third down, 40 seconds left on the clock. Obviously, you're not expecting too many theatrics. We do not want to give another defensive score to Chandler. But again, we need that clock to go down just to hit halftime and get the ball back.
Yeah, as Chandler's playing a lot of cover 3 here, as we move back, they have 3 safeties deep right now. They are not looking like they're going to want to give up any of those deep passes right now.
For sure, and I doubt Highland's really going to try too hard to force anything.
Yeah, I expect like a simple little drop as Bubs takes a snap. It's a quick pass outside to Cruz Colomar as he makes one miss. And if he can get a block here, and that'll make it 4th and short. This is an interesting decision here for the Hawks.
Makes it a very interesting game because you don't expect to get 4th and short from that.
And the Hawks will call a timeout here. As the clock continues to run, they might want to check on the clock there.
Yeah, really interesting.
Hopefully they'll add a few more seconds because that clock continued to run. But a really good play design there from Coach Farrell and that offense as it brings up a 4th and 3. This is an interesting decision here for Farrell because if they do get it, they can maybe go get a field goal or even a touchdown. But if they don't, they're giving Chandler a short field with such a little time left.
And honestly, if you look past those penalties, every single play they put up there was a great yardage gain, really just chipping away at that defense. They got lucky with the penalties, but Highland was really good at just getting the yards they needed to, and that just showed its head again. 4th and pretty short here brings up an interesting decision. 29 seconds left, and this just is not a position you expect it to be after 3 plays got called back, and you're 3rd and very long. But the Highlands offense was able to make it happen, bring up that decision for the coaches.
And it looks like the Highland Hawks will be going for it on 4th and 3 from their own from the